The day you realize drifting is not living, there comes a moment in every person's life when the noise around them finally goes silent. When you stop scrolling, stop rushing, stop pretending everything is fine, and you hear that one question echo inside you louder than anything else: where is my life actually going? Most people ignore that question. They drown it with distractions. They convince themselves they'll figure it out later. But deep down, they know the truth. Life doesn't wait. Time doesn't pause. Days don't slow down because you're unsure. The world keeps moving quietly, steadily, relentlessly. And if you're not moving with intention, you're being carried by accident. And there's something humbling about realizing this. You can be busy every day and still go nowhere. You can work hard, run fast, push endlessly, and still remain in the exact same place, simply because you had no plan guiding your steps. It's like waking up on a boat in the middle of a vast ocean. You feel the waves, you feel motion, you feel activity, but you have no compass, no direction, no map. Movement without direction is just drifting, and drifting never leads to a destination. It only leads to exhaustion. For years, many people live like this. Not because they're weak, not because they're lazy, but because nobody ever taught them that progress isn't built on random effort. It's built on a daily system, a plan, a simple direction repeated every single day. And here's the part nobody talks about. Having no plan doesn't just stop your progress, it steals your confidence, because each day feels blurred, unmeasured, unanchored. You're alive, but not advancing. You're hoping, but not building. You're wishing, but not moving. But the moment you create a plan, even a small, humble one, everything changes. Suddenly, your day has purpose. Your energy has a destination. Your actions have meaning. And your future becomes something you shape, not something you fear. This video is not about complicated strategies or unrealistic routines. It's about the simple daily system that guarantees progress, slow, steady, ethical, disciplined progress that aligns with your values and strengthens your character. Because success isn't an explosion, it's a direction, a system, a course you set, and then follow with patience, integrity, and gratitude. And once you understand this, drifting ends. Your life finally begins to move forward with clarity. Now, let's go deeper. Because there's a powerful story, a lesson drawn from real discipline and daily precision that reveals why direction matters more than speed. Imagine you're sitting inside a spacecraft just moments before liftoff. Everything is silent except the sound of your own breathing. The world outside is calm, but inside the cockpit, every instrument, every dial, every calculation matters. Because in space, even a tiny mistake isn't just a mistake, it becomes your destiny. Here's something most people never think about. If a spacecraft is off course by just 1 degree, it won't miss its destination by a few meters. It will miss by thousands of miles. One small angle, one small drift, one small moment of, I'll fix it later, and suddenly, the entire mission fails. That's why astronauts obsess over direction, not speed. Speed means nothing if you're heading the wrong way. And the same truth applies to life. Most people wake up, rush into their day, and hope their goals will somehow appear in front of them. They work hard, they try their best, they stay busy, but they never check the course settings of their own life. They never pause to ask, am I moving in the direction that leads to the person I want to become? This is why so many people feel lost, not because they lack effort, but because they lack alignment. They are like a rocket moving fast, but drifting off course. Every day just a little more. And without noticing, they end up miles away from where they hope to be. Now imagine a different scene. You're still in that spacecraft, but this time, the mission control team is precise. They double-check every number. The direction is clear, the objective is simple, and every adjustment, no matter how small, is intentional. The launch begins. The rocket rises. Nothing dramatic happens, no huge leaps, no sudden miracles, just steady, controlled progress toward a chosen destination. That's what a daily system does for your life. It gives you a direction so clear that your daily actions finally start to mean something. Instead of drifting, you're guiding. Instead of reacting, you're deciding. Instead of hoping, you're building. And here's the lesson hidden inside the story. Success is rarely about massive transformation. It's about small corrections done consistently. It's about choosing your direction every morning, even if the journey ahead is long. It's about being honest with yourself and saying, I won't drift anymore. Because when your direction is right, even slow progress becomes powerful. Now that you understand the importance of direction, let's break down the heart of this system, the simple daily structure that guarantees real, meaningful progress. Every successful life, every disciplined, grounded, ethical life has one thing in common: a simple daily system. Not a complicated routine, not a rigid schedule, not a list of unrealistic goals, but a clear structure that guides the day with purpose. A daily system is not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things consistently. Think of it as the foundation of a strong building. No matter how impressive the design is, without a solid base, everything eventually collapses. In the same way, no dream can survive without the habits that support it. Your system becomes that support. And here's the truth most people overlook. Motivation may start your journey, but a system sustains it. Motivation comes and goes. Energy rises and falls. But a system, simple, steady, repeatable, keeps you moving even on the days you feel tired, overwhelmed, or uncertain. So what makes a daily system truly effective? 1. Clarity before your day begins. You know exactly what matters. Not 10 things, not 20 things. Just the essential few actions that move your life forward in a clean, ethical, purposeful way. Clarity removes hesitation. Hesitation drains energy. When you know what to do, you stop wasting time deciding and start using your time building. 2. Consistency. Your system must be small enough that you can repeat it every day. Grand plans fall apart. Simple systems endure. When you take small steps with discipline, they create results far greater than you expect. Consistency is the quiet force behind every extraordinary transformation. 3. Alignment. Your daily actions should reflect your values. If something breaks your integrity, causes harm, or pulls you away from who you want to become, it doesn't belong in your system. A system that honors your character strengthens your spirit, your discipline, and your confidence. Alignment brings peace, and peace fuels progress. 4. Measurability. You don't need charts or complex tracking. Just a simple question at the end of each day. Did I follow my system today? A yes means progress. A no means a chance to improve tomorrow. Either way, you stay aware, grounded, and moving forward. When you combine clarity, consistency, alignment, and measurability, something powerful happens. Your life becomes directive. You stop drifting, you start building. Your days gain structure, your mind gains focus, and your heart gains confidence. This is the engine of progress. The quiet, steady system that reshapes your life from the inside out. But now the real magic begins. Because once you understand the system, you must learn how to turn that system into unstoppable momentum. Discipline is the spark, but momentum is the fire that keeps you moving long after the excitement fades. And the beautiful thing about momentum is that it doesn't come from dramatic effort. It comes from repetition, small, steady actions that stack up day after day until they become a force guiding your entire life. Most people believe momentum happens only when life is perfect, when they feel motivated, when the environment is supportive, when everything just works. But that's not how real progress is built. Momentum isn't an accident. It's a choice you make every single morning when you follow your system, even if the step is tiny. Here's a truth you've probably felt but never named. The hardest day of any journey is the first day. The day you start the new habit, the day you decide to change direction, the day you say, no more drifting. That first day takes courage. But every day after that becomes easier, not because life changes, but because you do. You build trust in yourself. You build reliability. You build inner strength. And with every completed action, no matter how small, you reinforce a powerful identity. I am someone who follows through. This is where momentum begins. It starts with three simple principles. Reduce the resistance. Your system should feel natural, not heavy. When the steps are small, you stop negotiating with yourself, you stop delaying, you simply do them. And once the resistance is gone, progress becomes almost automatic. 2. Celebrate the completion, not the size a single page read, a short walk, a moment of reflection, a few minutes of focused work. These may seem small, but they carry a message. You showed up, and showing up daily is what separates progress from stagnation. 3. Let your identity strengthen your discipline. When you act with integrity, when your habits match your values, the discipline becomes natural. You're not forcing yourself. You're expressing who you want to be. You're building a life you're proud of, step by step, with honesty and purpose. As these principles repeat, something incredible happens. Your actions begin to feel connected. Your days begin to feel meaningful. Your future begins to feel within reach. Momentum grows quietly at first, then steadily, then powerfully, until one day you look back and realize you've moved farther than you ever imagined. Not because you rushed, but because you stayed consistent. This is the turning point, the moment when discipline transforms from effort into identity. Now, we move into the heart of your transformation. The emotional shift that happens when you finally take full control of your life. There's a feeling that changes everything, a quiet, almost invisible shift. It happens the moment you stop drifting, the moment you stop hoping life will hand you what you want, the moment you decide, I will create my own path. It doesn't arrive with fanfare. No one hands you a medal. There's no applause. Instead, it begins as a whisper inside your heart. I am responsible. I am capable. I can build the life I dream of, one day, one step at a time. That whisper grows louder with every small victory. Every day you follow your system. Every time you honor your values. Every time you take deliberate action instead of waiting for luck or chance. And slowly, that whisper becomes a roar. Because this is what it feels like to take control. You wake up and know your day has purpose. You work with intention, not reaction. You move with clarity, not confusion. You build with patience, not panic. You measure progress not by comparison to others, but by the distance you've traveled from who you were yesterday. It's a feeling that fills your chest with quiet pride. It lights your mind with confidence. It steadies your heart with courage. And with that feeling comes a realization: the only thing standing between you and the life you want was the choice to act. Nothing more. The system, the discipline, the small daily steps, they are all tools. The real power is inside you. The power to decide, to commit, to persevere. The power to say, I will no longer drift. I will move with purpose. I will grow every single day. Imagine looking back a year from now. The person you see in the mirror is no longer someone waiting for life to happen. Who created, who mastered the art of progress. Someone whose small, ethical, daily choices transformed into remarkable results. And here's the secret: this transformation is available to anyone. Not the lucky, not the talented, not the extraordinary, but the consistent, the patient, the ones who choose the system and follow it, even when no one is watching, even when no immediate reward appears, even when it feels slow. Because slow is powerful, steady is unstoppable, and ethical, value-driven progress is unshakable. You've felt the whisper, you've seen the path, you understand the system. Now comes the final step, turning this insight into action and carrying it forward with clarity, integrity, and unwavering commitment. In the next section, we'll bring it all together: the call to action, the reflection, and the final message that will set the stage for your new, purpose-driven life. Now, take a deep breath and feel it. The weight of indecision lifting, the quiet clarity settling into your mind, the spark of possibility awakening in your heart. This is the moment you realize your life is no longer defined by drifting. It is defined by the choices you make. Starting right now, you have everything you need to begin. A simple daily system, a clear direction, the understanding that small, consistent actions build unstoppable momentum, and the knowledge that each step, no matter how small, matters. So ask yourself, what is the one thing you will do today to honor this system? What small action will move you closer to the person you want to become? Because progress is not about perfection, it's about showing up. It's about choosing clarity over chaos, discipline over distraction, and integrity over convenience. And remember this, life is measured in moments. Each morning is an opportunity to set your course. Each evening is a chance to reflect, adjust, and strengthen your resolve. Each day, repeated consistently, compounds into a life of purpose, strength, and fulfillment. You do not need permission to start. You do not need the perfect conditions. You do not need a dramatic leap. You need courage. You need commitment. You need today. Take this system, make it your own. Let it guide you with patience and intention. Let it transform your energy from random effort into meaningful progress. Let it cultivate the virtues that truly matter: discipline, gratitude, integrity, and faith-aligned action. And when you feel uncertain, when doubt whispers, return to this truth. Every great life is built step by step, day by day. Momentum follows discipline. Progress follows clarity. And your purpose unfolds when you choose to move with integrity. Now imagine yourself a year from today. A life shaped by deliberate action, a mind sharpened by consistency, a heart strengthened by ethical daily choices. That life is possible, not in theory, but in reality. And it begins with the very next step you take. So rise, begin, commit. Not tomorrow, not when it feels convenient today. Set your direction, follow your system, build your momentum, and let the life you deserve unfold before you, one purposeful, intentional day at a time. This is your call to action, not for fame, not for recognition, not for applause, but for the quiet, lasting victory of a life well directed. Your new path starts now. Step forward, stay disciplined, and watch your progress transform your world. Your journey begins here, and it begins with a single, ethical, deliberate step. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe, my friends.